everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my living room. Today we're going to be talking about another hardy annual flower in our kind of hardy annual flower series that I didn't even really plan out. It just kind of happened on a whim, but that's fun. Today we're going to be talking about Shirley Poppies specifically, but this kind of information kind of applies beyond Shirley Poppies into more different, different types of poppies. So let's get into it. So of course this is the Hardy Annual series, and I've already mentioned this 1,000 times. These poppies are a, did you go blank? I just went blank. These poppies are a cool season hardy annual flower. Now there are a lot of reasons that I really love Shirley Poppies, and among those at the very tip top is their cold tolerance. Now a lot of people watch these kind of hardy annual fall videos and they're like, oh, I don't have a hoop house, this is terrible. Well, they don't sound like that, that's just the voice I do. But a lot of people don't have a hoop house or a low tunnel, or they don't want to fool with it, and I don't blame them. But Shirley Poppies are one for you to try, depending upon, of course, where you live. If you're new to the channel, I'm in Kentucky. I'm in 6B7. Of course, my winters get cold. We get snow, we get ice. It can get down to 0-ish degrees Fahrenheit. And these things, at least in my garden, and on the side of Kentucky highways that I've seen multiple times, these things survive the winter lovely. I'm talking at least 75% survival rate, totally unprotected, everything. These are beautiful. This year I'm going to be growing, of course, the mother of pearl mix. This is a mix that I grow every year, but there are tons of varieties, red, all kinds. This is a hardy annual to 3 feet tall. Definitely have seen them 3 feet tall. They are gorgeous. And one of the keys to that height is that they have been sown in the fall and allowed to establish throughout the winter and into the early spring. Of course, if you live somewhere further north where it's too cold, I'm sure the option is there to direct sow these in spring if you have, that cooler summer climate where these will really thrive. I don't have a cool summer climate here. My springs aren't even that cool. It heats up, it gets hot. So these things really kind of wither once that hot weather gets here, so that's why it's so important, plant in the fall and let them really try to grow through the coolest part of my season where I live. This stuff is all dependent upon where you live. Even people in the same growing zone as me may have totally different results. So growing hardy annuals really is one of those things that you just have to try over and over and over again until you figure out what works in your own yard, and there will be a lot of success and failure. It's just, it's how it is. It's one of those things. So growing these is super easy. As far as I know, they don't need any special cold stratification or anything like that. As a general rule of thumb, what I do is I like to put all of my hardy annual seeds in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks before sowing. That's just what I do. I don't think you have to do it with Shirley Poppies. To plant these, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go out in the end of September, usually probably about the last day of September is when I plant all of my hardy annuals here in my zone. You can probably do it a little bit sooner. You can probably do it a little bit later. It probably wouldn't make very much difference at all. That's just kind of the general rule of thumb that I go by. But I'm just going to work the soil really, really well and make sure that it's nice and fluffy and just ready to go. And I'm going to lightly surface sow the seeds and give it a very, very delicate misting. Really want to make sure you're not drenching the area, so you're not washing any of the seeds away or anything like that. Germination takes place pretty quickly. These are usually one of the first seeds that I see come up in the garden. Ideally, again, depending, these will stay green throughout the winter and begin to bloom in the late spring, early summer, again, depending upon where you live. If you live somewhere a little bit colder, I think maybe you could protect these with a, maybe a low tunnel or something, but I'm not really quite sure it would be worth it because, these really aren't the best for use in cut flowers. They can be used. You can definitely use them. I've definitely used them before. They're not the best, but they are a very welcome sight in the early springtime, getting those, first blooms. Really about it for this video. Hopefully it was somehow helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Tell me about your experiences. I would, of course, love to hear it. If you like this one, be sure to hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon. We're making new videos all the time. Hopefully Hopefully we're making new videos all the time. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of this year. I don't know if we can do it, but we're going to try our best and hope for the best. I hope y'all are having such a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.